afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast, another riveting episode of it with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, Hero Strike Defender of the Fatherland, your Lord and Master, your hero. Off here to 2 vs 2 on crossing in the woods between the north, you got Thanatos and Theodosios. Fighting here for the Wehrmacht, the Oberkommandant, forming up the 1 and 7th Panzer Brigade, having unleashed a sneaky counterattack from prepared positions against the Brits in the south. It's Derank Company and Archangel Michael fighting for King Country, the Commonwealth, the 11th Armored Division, savagely ambushed as they were trying to advance towards the German borders. They now found themselves forced to defend themselves. As Theodosios and Thanatos here goes for breakthrough doctrine and Jaeger armor, both doctrines here which have one thing in common: they got really big tank destroyers. Meanwhile, there's special weapons, Royal Artillery, Royal Engineers, Vanguard and Mobile Assault here for the Brits, with triple infantry sections here, noting no bulletins for Thanatos or Theodosios. Sandbags being hurriedly tossed onto the dirt here by D-Rank Company's section pioneers, do the same here around the victory point, waiting probably for reinforcements there. In the west, Thanatos moves ahead here swiftly, like a Teutonic storm. Going straight for the fuel, and the section will be able to rush into the house, and that's going to make it harder here for Thanatos to get back. Of course, Max trying to sort of push out the Tommies here. It could end up being quite expensive due to the section being able to rather well defend itself, but Thanatos here is having none of it. Shoot! Shoot! Even if we can't get through the door due to some unknown magical means, we will kill them all! Keep shooting and praise someone anyways. It's not shooting at us, but the guys behind us. Ah, scheiße, is it realized? Is it realized? Scheiße! Pawn 7 is in the centre. In the east, we got a bit of skirmishing up, but overall, Theodosios is not making much progress here. In the west here, the fighting continues. Steel Parts almost taking that section almost down. Quickly shifting over to the other section, which might be a bit more promising and can respond better. Thanatos' men quickly striking them down there with well-aimed fire. In the east, the Brits have successfully pushed back Theodosios and that element of the 1 and 7th Panzer Brigade, which is now bringing up mortars, Granatenwerfers. There you go, section repulsed here by Thanatos' men's examples. More sections away of both D-Rank Company and Archangel Michael is going for 4 sections with a Vickers there for D-Rank Company. Of course, they're trying to dig out that section. One squad they're forced to retreat. Heavy losses here, corpses piling up. And a unit wipe here for Thanatos in the early game. And he didn't get the section either. Horrific. Ultimately, he was able to stall the fuel pump for a bit, but overall, don't think that was a really good series engagement with Thanatos. And of course, the argument could have been he should have tried making elsewhere gains, you know. Maybe trying to just tie down Michael and then shift in forces to support Theodosios here by flanking D-Rank Company. It seems like D-Rank Company is already beginning to anticipate Thanatos might try and do the shifting things around here. What happens here if Thanatos gets, say, the Storm Officer and the Panzer with this, as though it could prove to be helpful? Grenadiers ramming here for Theodosios. Thanatos will be going for more Volksgunners to replace the ones savagely cut down by the British pigs. Vickers section moving up to counterattack into here. MD-42 mortar hanging back, ready to repulse any British rats. In the centre section, laying down sandbags. In the west, Archangel Michael finds a section ready to deal with those German dogs. Grenadiers moving up here, pioneers from straight for the fuel pond. MD-42 hanging back still. Mortar beginning to open up here on the British positions. In the west there, Michael finding himself rather quite about the one man who survived all of that. He's just sort of walking a bit away, traumatized. Alright, I gotta take the point for Terry, Barry, and what was the last man's name? John. Yes. I'm sure they'll just come in a few moments. Section finding out here in east, going for the fuel pond there. He's managed to sort of slowly outmaneuver D-Rank Company here, but D-Rank Company's outmaneuvering Theodosios, sneaking up through the central road and flanking behind. Clever move there by D-Rank Company. Clever move, could really sort of completely destabilize Theodosios' position. You can see here though he's rushing in troops from in support. Even Thanatos might be moving in there, but this is pretty bad. We can see the M4 being forced to retreat here. Mixer's moving up there. Mortar's going to have to reposition. Everything's going to have to reposition. This is looking pretty grim here for the 1 and 7th Panzer Brigades. Despite its initial success, it is quickly running into very stiff British resistance. Whenever gains they had promised high command so far as eluding the 1 and 7th Panzer Brigade. Heading here for the centre victory point with the Sturm Pioneer, more forces around there for Thanatos. In east, Vic is there, hammering away at the German positions, firing rounds after round after them. We got them all to the ready again. Grenadiers flanking the Vickers. We see D-Rank Companies now being slightly outmaneuvered. We got a sniper setting out the full D-Rank Companies to slow down the bloody Huns. With a lot of sections out for Michael Bob. He's got 4 sections and 2 Vickers machine guns. He's really sort of just aiming all the infantry he can at the Jerrys. Forces they're being suppressed here by the Vickers, and the other Vickers basically covering up here, trying to sort of cover up the flank here. Nasty work, Thanatos. I think overall has to reconsider his approach in dealing with the Tommies. And meanwhile, though, Theodosios is making progress there, pushing back Derank Company for now. Bunker up there for Theodosios. Interesting how they're sort of not trying to support each other. I mean, one could have, say, gone battle group first, then gone medics, so he could have placed the medic bunker here to then provide medics for the other, but basically both just sort of placed their sort of potential medics sort of not quite within range of each other. That feels a bit, I would say, slightly less efficient. I mean, obviously, again, you can just move towards them, get healed, and vice versa, but usually you just try and slay here so they don't have to manage that bit. But that's just me. Gunneers are being retreated. Section moving up, undercover the Vickers, the British assault, the counterattack continues. The 107th Panzer Brigade finds its defences withering, crumbling under this tea-laden storm of Britishness. Quick bun hunt going out there, flashing out that Tommies in a few moments, I imagine. Big section they're holding up because they're covering up here across the dried out riverbank, but there you go. Outflanking element here from Thanatos, anticipating the Vickers being summoned round here, sets in with an assault element. He's also going for Panzer Fusilier here. More hardened elements of the 107th Panzer Brigade, or reinforcing elements from another element here. Gunneries here trying to defend the fuel point. Armoured car on the way for Derank Company. Outflank continue here. The Sturm pass within fuel point being secured by the Fultz. Gunneries, good work. He can use breakthrough tactics to quickly cut it off. Fultz continue to draw fire there, heroically sacrifice themselves to allow their comrades to get that Vickers machine gun once and for all. Panzer Slim moving in to further do damage here. But we can see then Michael's positions here in the west are collapsing, even as he's pushing up, securing the road, and once more, this time around, flanking Theodosios, not Derank Company. But there you go. Got the Vickers though, and we can see a full retreat here. Oh, that's a big tactical win there, Thanatos. That might help make up for the loss of the Volkswagen squad earlier. A Vickers machine gun, of course, is a machine gun for him, which can help him deal with British infantry. Plus, of course, he denied the weapon there to the British. So this is a double slam there against the British. MD42 Gunneries are fighting around the cutoff point, but Michael there's well dug in around it. But there again, MD42 puts a quick halt to that. Sniper on the way there for Theodosios, that's taken up. Medics on the way there again. I would say this could have been done slightly more efficiently, but you know, not a huge deal, but you know, it's just a matter of efficiency. We got weapon racks on the way there for Michael. I imagine here that's not what Derank comes going to leave the most of the infantry fighting here to Ika and John Michael, whereas he sort of deals with the sort of faster vehicular and sniper business here with the AC Mark III. So Snobby is going to probably try and help deal with the machine gun and other things there. Plus, of course, just bleed out the Tommies. But, of course, right now the entire western flank is quite wide open there for a good counter push from Thanatos, who is, I believe, going from Academy after that to help deal with vehicles. Some intense action here so far, though. Very intense action. Grenadier Sniper sending out here. Digging in here on the ridge with sandbags and by the victory point as well. Smaller counterattack going in. We got both Derank Company and Arcade Michael sending in infantry, though Michael but they also lost a section. They're sending two Bren sections. They would right into the Vickers. And there you go. That's going to be a halted offensive there for now. Up here, folks, is trying against the section. That should be something they can win. They actually got away from being fired at by the Vickers, and at the same time, folks, they're not having too much luck with the Vickers. Then again, maybe. Mortar firing now, and there he goes, going to go for the British sniper, and he gets them, killing Derank Company sniper and giving himself a slight tactical edge that way, at least for now. In the west here, folks, are being assaulted here by the British Vickers section, of Bren sections, as the Vickers needs to shift down to deal with that. Section anti-tank and holding about there, the Kedma ready as well. Folks are there being bled out, too much firepower for them to deal with. Well, for Ludwig there to deal with, since the rest are dead. More sections on the way there for Archangel Michael. And that element of the 11th Armoured. In these sections, push back off the fuel point, leaving on AC with a damaged engine and a Vickers machine gun. As Theodosios dutifully advances. Back here, we got nothing further going on for either German player. Though we can see a Derank Company setting up for artillery fire here with a mortar emplacement. Oh dear! Another Vickers white. That is pretty big here. That is pretty big. That is two machine guns now in the hands of the Germans. That's going to make it much more difficult for Archangel Michael to move about his infantry here, and he's focusing on it. So the two Vickers there could be an absolute pain in the posterior here, and certainly constitutes a significant tactical and strategical gain there for Thanatos. And lastly, the 107th Panther Brigade. And he got another section. Wow. Michael is having a really rough time versus Thanatos. Really rough time. Like, he started out well, but Thanatos just seems to keep up the pressure there, and he is just punishing Michael for every mistake he makes. And these D-rank companies definitely performing a lot more better here versus Theodosios. But even that is encountering some issues. Now the player by has committed to some medium armor. Very fast. We can see Michael there going for another Vickers machine gun. Theoretically could consider rushing out for center right now. And also worth noting is neither player has yet to commit to a doctrine of the Brits, that is. Again, the Germans have theirs, but not much there. We got fighting here in the west. Force the thing is sorted by the section, while the remaining sections Archangel Michael has, as the rest are quite dead. And these push with the armored cover. We got the Pack 40 supporting Theodosios' men. AC falls back just in the nick of time. Section needs to retreat as well. Noting D-rank comes. Also got a lot of munitions. You could consider grenades suggestion of choosing a doctrine and then use the munitions with. Steel Pine is flanking into all the sections here. Section actually repositioned. That's pretty great here. Lots of Steel Pine. There's a lot of free hits, so they are risking none less death. And we can see in this case, though, Michael just retreats. No point in finding out that one. Back here, troops reinforcing healing-ish. Morton placement so far with only one kill. No take-up yet for Theodosios, and neither for Thanatos. Though Thanatos is definitely having an easier time of it now, after having repeatedly, I think, gutted Archangel Michael. And I think Archangel Michael needs to change up his tactics and plans a bit here. I think he's just focusing too much on Thanatos. Could consider trying to outmaneuver Theodosios again, supporting his team, and that way possibly allowing them both to then gang up on Thanatos. But we'll see. Although we can see that D-rank company is taking up, whereas Michael is yet to do it. Again, he's the probably one that has the most opportunity to then push for armor, because he didn't go for the AC Mark III. So that feels a bit like a small step up there. Heavy shooting going on here. Let's push it. Maybe got the Vickers setting up here somewhere and suppressing some of the British. Maybe that was a mine actually. Oh, they have to retreat soon. They're taking too much exposed fire. Their position is too exposed, and the German position is actually quite strong here. So they need to retreat there. You can see that Michael is finally beginning to slightly move about. We've got smoke screens down up here. Good use of it. You actually rarely see the British players use smoke from the mortar emplacements, but when used it is quite effective. In this case, it's sort of a creeping smoke barrage, creating a sort of wall of smoke, depending on how you sort of angle it. They doesn't seem to quite make full use of it. But we can see that both fuel points now in the hands of the German army, of the 107th Panther Brigade. Things are starting to look a bit more for the Germans. For the British, things have slightly soured a bit here. Archangel Michael and 3rd Company have suffered heavier losses compared to D-rank Company and 5th Company, who's having a bit of an easier time. Section on the far from the mortar gun, at least they're finding out the light machines. So without any cover, they are exposed, to put it mildly. Michael there finally taking up, could soon go for centre. A Cromwell, depends on what he's worried about. We can see there Thanatos is taking up himself, should be punted quarters, and Theodosios can soon go set up the Pomacon and begin pushing for armor himself as well. Trying to push ahead here but taking heavy damage or being bled out by the sniper. Men are in a rather poor condition, and Theodosios easily sort of brushes off that attack. Good work. More sandbags here, plus the way you use it pretty much means the opponent can't use the sandbags as well, since the light cover is in the way. Very good work there by Thanatos. Section 8 gram the centre victory point. In the east, victory point being re-secured here by the German army. Victory point right's actually pretty close between the two so far. Neither's been able to gain victory points for very long, though it might soon slowly turn in the favour of the Germans. Might. Skirmishing here in the west, nothing big, and we can see another push forward here, trying to outmaneuver the German positions. Encounters once more serious and determined resistance. Oh dear! Thanatos sends his line gun way too far ahead. Might have been a misclick due to the... nope, not that. Oh, it Brits run straight at it, seeing an easy target for very obvious reasons. Michael can soon go for Cromwell or Centaur, whatever he fancies and worries about. And Theodosios is planning tier 4? Good lord. That is a bold move. Theodosios leading a bit of light reconnaissance here, scanning out the British positions. Archangel Michael really needs to change up his tactical approach. He's just at this stage feeding Thanatos lots of experience. Which is definitely, I think, something Archangel Michael wants to, not do. We can see Derank though is going here for Royal Engineer Regiment. He's going for the Centaur. Nothing there from Archangel Michael as of yet. No Cromwells, no nothing. But the Centaur is definitely a strong tool and could very well undermine the German position. We also got artillery cavalry in here with the flame inch, 3-inch or 9.75-inch flame mortar support there. Laying down some pretty heavy support there, burning out a lot of Theodosios' position. He just falls back rather than waste men. Needs a good decision there tactically. Michael there's bolted up his sections. He's going for more he's actually going for sabres in the first place, but no sign of medium armour choices. As for D-rank, you got the Centaur almost done. Oh dear, got the pack, but he lost a section. I don't think that was a worthy trait there for D-rank company, particularly since Theodosios can just recapture the pack if necessary at this stage and just pull back. Maybe finding here. Michael finds the road to be his front line at the moment, but there you go, folks, is repulsed. Line for gun still heavily exposed, and we got a yak panzer on the way for Thanatos, so interesting choice there. Might be because he and Theodosios got that planned out. Theodosios basically tries to play for tier 4, in which case Thanatos then goes for yak panzer to cover it up there with its reasonably high rate of fire and firepower and all that for an orbital command based unit in terms of dealing with armour. Or he just felt like going for yak panzer. I mean, those are options there. By the way, it has arrived. No heavy panzer corps yet there for Theodosios. As to what he plans to get from, of course, going to be an interesting question, though. He's got the fuel tank to build a Panther right away. Section of reports and these. There we go. Centaur rolling through Theodosios' lines, standing no way. The pack actually misses the Centaur, which pretty much just means the Centaur auto wins. So it's pretty much the only tank that can essentially easily just drive up to a tank and already wipe it, and then anti-tank and then misses. It then becomes best. But there you go. Yak Panzer to the rescue. Shoot, Fritz, take out those Tommies before they murder too many of our infantry. But there you go. 5 kills already. Falling back down to half health. Grenadiers falling back. Yak Panzer exposed in the west. Skirmishing as well, but falling back as well there. And alright, I just thought he'd lost another Vickers. That would have been rather silly if he'd actually end up losing another Vickers to the Germans. But there you go. Yak recaptures it. Back from Thanatos here. Thanatos might make a mistake. In the east, there we go. Yak Panzer being rushed by the sections. They can't really do anything, but again, it pretty much means if there's an anti-tank and supporting, it can easily shoot at the Yak Panzer. Several repairs being utilised here, but D-rank company just quickly fixed up his armour without having to manage it. A strong ability in that sense, a very strong ability. And we got hammer tactics for Archangel Michael. So the 11th Armoured Division is actually going to aim for some comets. And again, if you're seeing Panthers, it means it's going to be comets versus Panthers. That's certainly not a matchup I've seen in some time. Eastern Field secured here by the British. Centre being secured by the Germans once more on the west side. We got a very, very slow push here. There's right now it's largely open, so they could get away with doing some damage there. Centaur and AEC armor car good to go. Striking roughly flying through the air, and they're not making much of an impact there on the Tommies. Good lord, what happened? I think they fired a grenade at us. Really? Yeah. Oh. And there you go, Panzerkampfwagen 5. Pride of the Vaterland arriving, engaging the Tommies with its high velocity 10 from the cannon. Oh, hit there, and oh, it's immobilized by the AC, allowing the Centaur to escape the wrath of the Wehrmacht and its Panzerkampfwagen 5 Model A, which you can tell from the fact that it still has a mission slate there for the drive on the front of the tank. The Model D, which was the sort of last model of Panther, sort of at least officially, basically moved that to increase the integrity of the frontal arm. But there you go. Several penetration hits even from the AC takes the Panther down to a quarter of health in a matter of moments, forcing Theodosios to pull back his Panzerkampfwagen 5. Let's look at the Yak Panther supporting a full-scale squad. And more steel panzers moving in. Hit ground the western fuel pod, eastern fuel pond being secured here by the German army once more. And there you go, successful assault here by Thanatos. For the most part, we got a lot of machine gun fire there raining down on the Germans, light and medium. In the east there, Theodosios makes good haste, and there you go, Panther repaired here by the Pioneer. Fun fact about Panthers, it was not uncommon for half a Panther company at any one time to be out for repairs due to mechanical breakdowns. The Panther tank, even with the Model T, was quite unreliable, and while the King Tiger and Tiger tanks was particularly being mechanically unreliable, they were actually more reliable than the Panther. Particularly the Tiger was actually surprisingly reliable as long as it was properly maintained. The Panther did not have that advantage. Centre there, taking to the Gundiers, though, closing in there on Veterans 1 with all haste. Archangel Michael, though, continues to be short on doctrinal choices. He can actually go for the Comet now, though. He'll probably do so. And there you go, Comet on the way. Machine gun there, opening up in the sections. Pack also ready to deal with any British armour. Smoke from down there to support. He's anticipating the Pack 40 was there, but it wasn't. So nice let up there by Theodosios, anticipating such a move. Bobby got the Panthers well there in the centre. Oh, misses the centre. Misses the centre. We got the AC there stopping it up and making use of the target tread ability to once more immobilise the Panther, stopping it in straight there. It's a really powerful ability here, to be honest. Like, he's just stopped the Panther in its spot right away twice now. And you might actually get the Panther this time around. If not, it's going to be out for some time again. So, I mean, it didn't even last long before it's easy just to stop there. That did not last long. It's supposed to be tough runs still there, but like most of it went through there like a hot knife through butter. Panther 4 there rhyming for Thanatos. He's not enjoying any Panther. He just sticks to sort of the reliable Panther 4 chassis. Whether it be as a tank or just a regular Panther 4 there. Flanking the machine gun there though. Good work. We got 6 Panther gun shoots. Misses, and the Panther 4 wipes the entire lot. Nice shooting there from Thanatos' Panzer crew. In the east though, Theodosios continues the assault here through fire and flames. Centaur moving in support of the 6 Panther gun. Vickers wiped out. Centaur tanks, and there go Pack 40 opening up. Mortar fire raining down. In the west, Comet again. Here the Panther 4 with its 77mm gun. Well, technically it was a 17-pounder gun, just with a shortened barrel and slightly different ammunition. It was called the 77mm to avoid it actually confused with the other 17-pounder guns in terms of ammunition and logistics. Fun fact. Comet there, though, trying its best here in the east. Armour unit repairs. I think Derank here might be trying to set up here for a Churchill AVRE. But the British are finding themselves on the defensive now against the German army, despite having made some progress there. And we got a Panther barrage off here from Theodosios, battering the Pioneers into oblivion. Quite a loss there for D-Rank Company. Panther almost good to go. Comet here shifting about, trying to slightly attack from a different angle. Good. Moving about in the centre, moving up here, not worried about mines from either German player. Sections in upwards here, no grenades. They do have the gun bombs. Vickers there being, yeah, that's the Vickers being obliterated here by the Comet. Quick to switch targets there, and doesn't get it though. Oh, he does get it. Panther going for the Comet here, gaining Veterans 1 there for the Panther crew. Veterans here 1. Look at that, Fritz, we got a star! Yeah, it doesn't really mean much. And there you go, Theodosios now also steals a British Vickers machine gun, showing both German players now have at least a minimum of 1 British machine gun. Six advancing up. Coming in, engaging the Grenadiers. Panther the flanks, shot bounces though, but the Comet needs to be mindful of that. Oh, he's not reacting, or at least he's reacting rather slowly. We got the aviary out there for D-Rank Company. Archangel Michael continues to be short on doctoral choices. No commandos, no nothing. Not even on land matches. You'd think at least he'd go for that, since that tends to be, you know, very sort of a common choice amongst a lot of British. There we go. Mobile assault fine chosen here. Assault artillery out here on the road. Curious choice there for Thanatos. Center running through here. Veterans 111 kills going straight for the Pack 40. Almost got him, taking heavy fire there from not just the Pack 40 but the Panther as well. He might get the Pack though. Need to be careful with the AC, and there goes, going to immobilize. Oh, he re-exposed. Oh dear, Pack wipe. He's going to. Oh, Panther down to the less health here. And the Centaur goes down. Aviary going forward. He might try and shoot it there while it's immobilized. Take it out. But he gets away. Almost gets the machine gun crew on the other hand. We see the Theodosios forced to fall back in the face of such naked British aggression. Main gun out on the AC. Derank company swift to fall back. Land metals out here for Archangel Michael, but the British are once more on a aggressive defensive here against the Germans. As the 107th Panther Brigade continues to push its gains. And the Panther's actually very, very close to it too, which is a surprisingly rare sight. Smoke's been down here as he fixes up the AC there. Very close to Veteran 3. Panther 4 moving ahead. 6 Panther gun moving ahead. Good hit there. He might be able to take out the Pack 4. And there you go. Panther lands hit. Gaining Veteran 2 armor chits up. Good hit there. And he's going to take it out. The Pack 4. There you go. Down it goes. But needs to pull back the aviary. Stuka bomb drop in. Panther on the 6 Panther gun. Annihilating it. I think he's calling the Stuka bomb drop one as well. We got 9 matches far, he hitting nothing. There goes 6 Panther gun. Brutally removed from the face of this earth. Comet forced out here by Michael. Silly fire continues to rain down in the west. Continued brutal skirmishing. We got the Panthers sitting out there for Theodosios. AC trying to support here as well. Finding himself the target here of a lot of German firepower as Theodosios wants that dead. So to keep immobilizing his Panther, which obviously he's not particularly interested in. And he's going to go for it again. Right in front of it, and he gets shot as well. Ooh, immobilized. Down to half health. There you go, Panther falling back to a safer distance. Well, safer and safer. But less exposed to the position, I suppose would be better. Con moving in. Several repairs being enacted here on both British vehicles. Lots of death here. British forces quite defense. Got the Yak Punch flank here going for the Comet. Land matches taking some time for one can fire again. That was not a very good first barrage for it though. That was not a very good one at all. Comet, we need repairs. AC good to go. Aviary almost good to go as well. The Aviary was part of Hobart's finally a sort of series of specially designed tanks for the fighting in Normandy. I'm not sure they actually saw any usage after Normandy though. I'm less sure about that. I don't think so though, I might easily be wrong there. Troops taking losses, more reconnaissance from Theodosios. Pretty much I think all he's been doing in the doctrine. Might be setting up some spawning scopes just deep, but that's about it. Got that in the air reconnaissance. He's actually made pretty good use of it, except for the mines and the Elephant Heavy Tank Destroyer. Section of taking loss. We've got another Vickers wiped out there, another lost Archangel Michael, and the 11th Armored Division. Grenades going off, the damage inflicted. Betty feeling the punch of this Panther taking hits. Panther over barrels being unleashed here by Theodosios. Panther is good to go. Bombarding a lot of stuff here, not doing too much damage. Got the Comet moving in. Land matches unleashing hell against the Germans. 1 kill so far. There we go, 4 kills. Actually doing some damage this time around. Actually doing some damage. 2 forced retreat right past as well. Not helping out here. 5 kills. Got the AC with the Aviary moving in and catching the Panther though head on. He's turned it into a command vehicle. An interesting choice there by Derank Company. You figured actually go for the Aviary since it becomes less effective by any of the negatives of it, but oh well. Mobilizing again, he's going to try and stop it up. This is going to take it up with the AV, but that doesn't happen. Just being annihilated here by heavy artillery fire from the assault artillery there. Almost good to go there. We've got the Panther continuing to fire away there. Actually getting closer. Veteran 3 might be able to see an ace Panther here. That'd be quite a sign. There you go. AC down, taken down by the Panther. Derank Company is barely holding on here. Direct hit there from the aviary. Doesn't stop the Panther for too long. And with this, Michael and Derank Company surrenders. A loss for the British Army, a victory for Germany for the 107th Panzer Brigade as it breaks through and halts the 11th Armoured Invasion Force to fall back and reconsider its next move. A brutal fight right here on crossing in the woods with a lot of armour, a lot of infantry. Overall, I think Archangel Michael saw a bit for the issue, just kept committing resources to a fight he wasn't necessarily winning, wasn't very good at sort of shifting out this, so he ended up just losing a lot. Could have supported his teammate better, and that way they could have all won Theodosios. So there's a lot there that Archangel Michael could have done, but ended up didn't doing. Whereas Thanatos, there was a bit good at more shifting about, but he was also better at flanking, which is another issue for Archangel Michael, who's much more just head on there, whereas Thanatos looked for better flanking paths at times. So, you know, in that regard, he found himself slowly outplayed there. Theodosios struggled a bit, but overall also slowly turned games around. The Panthers, a surprise move, in this case worked out reasonably well, though certainly might not have worked out had the British been able to hold on to ground better earlier on. But again, the struggle there as Thanatos outmaneuvered Archangel Michael, and Archangel Michael then just kept throwing her resources. They could have maybe offset a bit with the fuel cache, but never got around to it. So there's certainly some room for improvement there. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe to your friends, share it with everyone. If not, send a new plan apart some feedback in the comment section. This is Imperial Dancing. Cheers. Thank you for watching. You're a wonderful audience, and see you all tomorrow. Cheers.